I have been doing a lot of speech and language therapy sessions outdoors this year. We're now in December and there's slightly fewer sessions because the rain has hit hard. I'm hoping that it will stay dry whilst we're out on our walk today. But I bet you've been doing a few walks as well, and I wanted to share with you a few ideas for supporting your child's speech and language development whilst you're out and about. A few fun ideas to help them to pay attention, practice listening for details, and also develop their conversation and story skills as well. So let's get started before the next rain clouds arrive. So I thought I would organise this into 3 broad sections: listening, making music, and talking. If you have signed up for my free intro course to speech and language, and if you haven't, click the link below and you can sign up for that, you will know how essential good attentional listening is for a really firm foundation in communication at any age. And so often within speech and language therapy sessions, we're thinking about this. We're thinking about how to support a child to really pay attention and listen. And actually making music is a really fun way of practicing that as well. And then of course we're going to get to the talking as well. So let's start with some listening. Shh. Within the letters and sounds pack for the early years, there's a suggestion of going on a listening walk. But let's not limit this to the early years, eh? When we are thinking about going on a listening walk, it's an excuse to talk about the things that we can hear, but also to just practice being quiet for a moment and listen to the variety of sounds that we can hear. And there's so many subtle nuances to that. I love how the sound is different in the deciduous trees to the evergreen trees. I love that high-pitched whistle of a fir tree. So when it comes to listening and talking about the details and the things that we hear, it's really applicable at any age, even if we are talking with very young children and we're just thinking about whether you can hear the difference between the birds and the wind, or maybe some distant traffic sounds or whatever's going on in your environment. As your children get older, you can still talk about these details and the kind of layers of things. Rollo has been waiting patiently for a few stick chucks, which brings me on to the next category of making music. Kids can't resist picking up a good stick and maybe banging it on a tree trunk or banging 2 sticks together. We can kind of extend this play because we can make music and rhythm in this way. We can make it into a simple listening game, a kind of stop and go. We can practice taking turns. You bang the stick, then I'll bang the stick. And then we can start adding rhythm to it as well. Can I copy your rhythm? Can you copy my rhythm? All of this really helps children with their attention and listening and their speech development because they're also listening out for the details. Speech is so rhythmic, and so it's an excuse to kind of practice listening out for that. And this leads us to the talking. Exploring the things that you find out and about, the natural things that you pick up or hunt around for, is a great excuse to develop your child's descriptive vocabulary. You're introducing lots of essential linguistic concepts to them when you talk about the difference between the various leaves. Maybe the holly leaves are very spiky, the beech leaves are kind of crinkly. Oh, the seat I'm on is being slowly destroyed. Dude. You can also introduce all sorts of other concepts relating to size or number, many, few, full, empty. And then, of course, there's always second-hand movies. This was an idea that I came across from Carrot Quinn, who wrote about her experience of hiking the Pacific Crest Trail. So tell me a secondhand movie or a secondhand TV show or a secondhand book, something that you have watched or read and enjoyed and I haven't. Can you give it to me secondhand? Can you summarize it for me? Maybe I need to ask some questions and clarify those key elements to the story, the who, what, where, when, maybe a why. All of these things are a really great excuse for us to share things together, tell stories, and I'm sure it's something that we all do anyway, but I just liked the name, calling it a secondhand movie. It sounded extra appealing. Whether you choose to try out any of these suggestions or simply just put on your welly boots and head outdoors, I know you're going to have a great time because there's something absolutely magical about finding whatever nature spot you've got near you to go and explore and listen and just kind of check things out and spend some quality time together. You know, every tiny step that you take together is a step in the right direction, and that couldn't be more appropriate when you're out on a walk. Whatever you guys get up to, I know you're going to have a great time. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I will catch you soon. Take care.